Hello and welcome back to yet another YouTube video. This will be a boxing topic. Couple of key points. So obviously we've got the Tommy Fury Jake Paul fight coming up. We've got the KSI tag team boxing coming up. Obviously I want to speak a bit about the Kell Brook incident, and I'm going to also speak about what I believe about the Conor Benn situation. So first of all, let's go into the Tommy Fury and Jake Paul fight. Now we've seen a lot by John Fury, Tyson Fury, all saying if Tommy loses this, he can stay in Saudi Arabia. He can be Ronaldo's PT. He can be this. He can do that. Like, I think that they're being a little bit naive of Jake Paul. I think that Jake Paul has a genuine chance in this fight. I think Jake Paul's been trolling really well with announcing the baby was been born to then announcing all sorts. So I think Jake Paul's trolling is really well at the moment. And I do believe you've got to think the last few years, that's all Jake Paul has done is box. That's all he's been doing. So I do give him a really good chance in this fight. I don't think Tommy will take a dive as such. I think the family name and legacy is too much for that. But I do believe that Jake Paul wins this fight. I genuinely believe Jake Paul wins this fight. Now, that will be happening in 4 weeks' time, I think, 3 or 4 weeks' time. So apparently I've read something. There's going to be a tag team boxing match with Misfits. So let me read what's happening. So tag team boxing match. I don't know how that works. What I want to make sure that you understand that this is not boxing. This is not boxing at all. This is entertainment. And the likes of Callis Sunderland, who is actually involved with boxing, I think either needs to step out of boxing or needs to step out of this and focus on one, because there's a grey area here of what is what. It's entertainment. It's got its own dynamic, its own geographic, if you like. It's got its own niche. It is not for boxing fans as such. Like you wouldn't see Anthony Joshua fans all fucking going out and watching this. So that's where I think there's a big grey area. People think that this is boxing. It's not. Having a Misfits boxing match is not a professional match. And I think that's where Tommy Fury and Jake Paul are kind of blurring the lines as well with it, is that you've got the YouTuber in Jake Paul, you've got the professional boxer in Tommy Fury, and they're fighting. I think this is where the grey area comes along for the Misfits and for the YouTubers who might want to be a boxer sometime. And if they do and they genuinely want to box, then I don't see an issue with it. But it is not boxing. What Misfits are doing is not boxing, it's entertainment. And that's what the grey area, I think the biggest grey area is all about. So yeah, obviously we've seen the news this week around Kell Brook as well. Like, I won't share that video. I won't share what's going on. But there was a video being streamed of Kell Brook taking recreational drugs, and whoever is around him right now put an arm around him. He's obviously a retired boxer. If they are your friends, I think you need better friends, because true friends wouldn't do that to you in the first place. I'm not condoning what he's done is right, but also you've got to understand he's now a retired boxer. He might be struggling in his ways. I hope that the family and friends and stuff around him put an arm around him and just be like, listen, fucking, you might need to get away from there, or them lot sort of thing. So yeah, I'm not going to go too much into that, because I just don't believe that it's a right thing to be like fucking kicking a man when he's down, because there's clear issues there. But one topic I really want to talk about is the Conor Benn situation. Like, I'm strong on this, and this is one thing that really annoys me. So obviously a few months ago, Conor Benn was found in July and August, was found with chloroform in his system back in July before his Chris Eubank fight, which obviously was called off. The before I go into any more of this is completely my opinion. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a scientist. This is my opinion on it all. Um, Failing one drug test is one thing. Failing two drug tests is another thing. With everyone going quiet about the B samples is another thing. So you've got three topics there where it's a bit of a weird one. Last night, WBC said that they were prepared to put Conor Benn back in the rankings. That's not saying that VADA and British Boxing Control are happy to do that, but it probably means he'll be fighting abroad from now on. They gave Conor Benn's team gave WBC a 270-page information about what had happened. He returned 2 positive tests. And last night he posted on his Instagram saying, "I told you I was innocent." No, I will be honest, no, you weren't, and I still don't believe you're innocent. I think that you have got one of the best teams around you in your from your strength and conditioning to your doctor to your lawyers. I think you've got everything to these scientists that you've got coming out. Even if it's 0.001%, you still have a trace in your body. You can say it's from eggs. That would mean then that a majority of people would be testing for this, because I know now majority of boxers eat eggs, majority of athletes eat eggs. So for you to be an exempt of that, I think it's a bit of a weird one. Yeah, I think as British boxing, I think it really does rub a stain on British boxing. And now he'll obviously apply for his license again, which I don't think he will have. I really, really don't think. I think the situation's gone a bit too much. I obviously don't agree with the fact that the likes of Eddie Hearn and that were ready to carry the fight on. Regardless of what they say, they were prepared to fucking carry the fight on, because they knew the fight was in October and they knew in July about this. They were still doing press conferences. They were still meeting up with people. They were still doing this, that, and the other. So, yes, they were prepared to put the fight on. And if it wasn't for the news breaking out, I think the fight would have happened. And it kind of makes sense why Chris Eubank Sr. was so upset and so wound up about this fight and so worried about this fight. Like, it's like, obviously we've got the likes of Canelo, Fury. You've got loads in cycling. You've got loads in other sports who've been tested and been doped and stuff like that. We got TJ Dillashaw and stuff in stuff as well, who have failed drug tests. It doesn't sit right with me. John Jones, greatest of all time, doesn't sit right with me that they are back in the sport, because it makes you wonder what is who else is on, and it is probably more likely most rather than there's majority rather than least on it, which worries me. Which worries me a hell of a lot when it comes to sports, because it goes to the extreme what people will do to win. And I know when there's money involved, people will do mad things for it. So, in my opinion, I don't think he should be allowed to fight ever again. Failing 2 drug tests, 1 drug test, I'd get it. I'd be like, all right, okay, I'd be a little bit more lenient, but 2 drug tests is a definite fucking no. And if you are defending him, I think you're part of the problem. I really think you're part of the problem. If you are there defending Conor Benn, you are part of the problem. Let me know what you think about all this. Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe. We are coming back with more topics.